All right, name's Austin Black. The issue I'll be discussing or talking about is do humans belong in space? Some of the cons that I read in the textbook were the cost of sending someone in or sending a group of astronauts in space for a certain amount of time and how much it would cost the government and cost taxpayers to send people up there. And the cost of one mission is a lot greater when sending humans and rather than sending droids up there. Um, Another thing is how safe it will be. It's not as safe if you send humans up there to explore and get more understanding. It's easier to send droids when you can get the same information that you could with humans, and you could also get video while they're up there. Some of the pros to it is learning more about space, learning more what's out there, having feedback from a human or a person that's actually been there. Some of the other pros that were listed in the book were discovering new things, sending people out, furthering our knowledge of what's really out there. Personally, I go more on the con side. I believe that it's a lot more cost effective to send droids out there than it is to send humans. And since NASA has now become a privately funded thing, that it's going to be a lot more cost effective for them to send droids. Since the government is no longer supporting NASA, I feel like it'd be silly and a waste of money for us to try to send astronauts in space when it seems to be so much more expensive and so much more dangerous, especially if you don't have the government backing you now. Since the government's no longer backing NASA, or no longer funding it, and it's funded by private parties, I feel like it's a lot more dangerous, a lot more risky. There's a lot more lawsuits and everything that can be involved if something does happen while one of the astronauts is up in space. I just feel after the space race and that the USA beat Rush to the moon, everything has just slowed down anyway, with us trying to get in space, with us trying to discover more about space. I feel like if we're just to send anything up there, it should be robots, drones, anything like that, that we can learn more about basically the land, the architecture, everything that has to do with the planet before we even think about sending any live humans up there to risk their lives and to spend a lot more money by sending them up there, and the cost of food, the cost of keeping them up there, the cost of the technology that they'll need more than drones or robots. So whenever it comes to the issue of if humans belong in space, I feel like we don't. I think we accomplished what we wanted to when we went to the moon. I believe there's a lot more to discover, there's a lot more to learn about space, but I feel like we don't have to send humans up there to learn those things.